Hello and welcome to Head and Shoulders, where we cover athletes, performances, and coaches and everything in between, everything other that are head and shoulders above the rest. And definitely, before we get into today's content, take a look at this. What do you think about this? Probably don't even care. It's a Tokyo version of our, I guess, in logo, insignia, whatever that is. But like, comment, smash that like button. We're going to make animated videos, race animated. See what we're talking about. The biggest weakness, the only weakness that we got out there, right? Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, let's go to her first. All right. Okay. Let's first look at her progression. Look at her, just getting faster. Okay, cool. All right. That's all we need. Now, let's look at this quickly. Now, she wasn't only beaten when she was injured. Remember, Carmelita Jeter, for all the people that keep saying Americans can't reproduce their time, they can't go out there and beat, Carmelita Jeter has never beaten her at all at a championship, at Olympic or World Championship. You guys are wrong, because this was the time that Carmelita Jeter actually beat her. Veronica Campbell-Brown was on the outside lane, took that third place spot. The American took first. Who took second? I forgot who took second, but Veronica Campbell-Brown winded up getting on the outside spot in lane 8, and she took it. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce did not medal in this one. They were in a headwind, but this was the race that she did not win in, okay, against Carmelita Jeter. You guys need a silent shh, all of you that have been saying, American can't reproduce time. She ran that 1064. That was when she ran the 1064. That was the same year she ran the 1064, and she blew the bricks off of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and she beat the rest of the field. She ran so fast she didn't even know that she actually won. So we got to give props to Carmelita Jeter with where props are due. Okay, we just got to do it. Okay. Other than that, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is darn near unbeatable, except under one other rare circumstance. She gets injured, and she's running the 200, but in the 100, she gets injured. Okay, here she is. She was injured, toe injury. She winded up finishing what? Third. She got a medal here at the Rio Olympics, 1086. Who won that? Oh, Elaine Thompson. Now we're going to go into Elaine Thompson's weakness in a second. But the only weakness that I can see is that she could misfire, right? Every once in a while. Because in that race, in that Daegu race, either she didn't get out as hard or Carmelita Jeter got out real good. And I think that's what happened. It was both of those. Carmelita Jeter got out good, and then Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce didn't get her usual start because she wasn't just blasting out from the field. And Carmelita Jeter and her, they were there, and that's when she just couldn't last. You know, she died out in the later part of the races. If you could keep up with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce up to that 60 to 70 meter mark, you're basically going to beat her if you can hold on to the end, because she died out in those races. And you all know, until she changed her coach, now she's looking stronger. Now, there she is, injured. We're going to get into Jenna Prandini. We're going to get into the order of events. Guys, stay still. Keep on watching. I know some people got short attention spans. They like 5-minute videos. I'm not that guy. I'm going to go in depth. We're going to explore this. We're about to actually go over the order of events on the Olympic website right here. So hang on in a second. Let's talk about first Elaine Thompson's weakness, because he got two of them. They're two major ones. Now, we look at a progression. Let's look at some things here. Remember, she ran that 1071 in 2017. What's the excuse? Oh, okay, let's chill it back. Remember that time she ran that 1073 in 2019? Remember that? Remember the times when she was just going, she was running in flats. Now, she was injured and everything, right? You know, had an Achilles. That is a serious thing. That's hard to get through. But she ran through the Jamaican trials, it seemed just fine. Aggravated, quote unquote, aggravated the injury. And, you know, she wound up running fast, actually, right? But let's go back to this season. Let's go back. 2017, travel back in time at her results. She broke 11 seconds. What is it? It was twice, if I'm not mistaken. She broke 11 seconds twice or 3 times in flats. Let me see, here's one. Here's the flat race right here. There we go. And then there was another time that she ran that, and she was running 10.9s in flats. That's just how fast she is. She was able to do it in flats. All right. Now, when she ran this was at the Jamaican Championships. Now, she was supposedly injured. 1071. Didn't seem like her injury got aggravated there. Now, obviously, you can't control it as much. Then she's running all of these things. Obviously, she's in the Diamond League and everything. I mean, if she's hurt, maybe she got hurt somewhere in here and we just didn't know and it got reported. Because if you're hurt, I wouldn't be running all of these races to act. What's the point? Yeah, you want some more money, I guess. But I guess sacrifice the championship for that. See, that's the thing. You kind of get paid more money. And that's why these athletes need to be marketing themselves. That's why Sha'Carri Richardson, people disagree with her and everything. And they're just like, oh, I don't like that. Wham. Okay, look, I don't like a lot of things about Sha'Carri Richardson at all. There's a lot I don't like. More things I don't like than I do, right? But I'm not about to just go here because I'm talking about analyzing this from an athlete perspective, how smart it is to do the marketing. Michael Jordan winded up opening and reviving the NBA because they were just on a downtrend at that point. And then he came in and he marketed himself as a businessman. He was smart about it. You just got to look at it like those things, okay? Now, with that being said, here she is. Now, how come she finished 5th place right here? Was this 2017, 5th place? I remember this race because I was like, oh, okay, she looks like she's doing pretty good. Chill, easy, ran against a headwind, 1084, and then she comes in and then she does almost 11 seconds. What? Almost 11 seconds? You know what her weakness was there? Because Simone Biles threw up, still got gold in the gymnastics at the Olympics. The other athlete, they were crying and throwing up in the bathroom. They wound up getting first in gold and silver or gold. What the heck is somebody doing in my hotel? Wow, that's a loud sound. I don't know if you guys heard that, but they got gold and silver or gold and bronze for the Americans. Now, how come they could throw up and everything and be there? They had nerves. That's what that was. Now, they're going to say it's food poisoning and everything. Maybe it was food poisoning. I don't know. Do we got to keep making excuses for people now? Because if the person gets injured, that's part of the life cycle of the athlete. Dina Asher-Smith has been injured. Nobody made an excuse for her to say, well, she's a great athlete, you know, whatever. They just be like, oh, no, she's overrated. No, she was injured, actually. Allison Felix was injured and got second in the 400. I don't hear anybody saying, well, you know, well, 2 people I've seen that, but the other people, they didn't say, well, you know what, Allison Felix is a great athlete. She was injured that year and she was on a gold medal winning blah, blah team and everything. And she would have got gold. And no, we don't hear that. We just hear it for Elaine Thompson because it's, you know, you got your rose colored glasses on, but we got to be honest here. If she keeps getting injured, 2 things are happening. One, her training or something, because she's either injury prone athlete and she wasn't doing that in the past. She's running so fast now that her body, because you know, you get to a certain level, your body starts to get hurt. So either she's got to do 1 or 2 things, change up how she's training, or 2, she got to change her coach. And I mean, 1 or both of those things got to happen. She's either got to change her coach or change up something she's doing in the training. Because if she's not allowing herself to heal, or she keeps doing things that keeps re-injuring herself, then there's a problem. You got to change up something, right? That's what we got to do. That's part of the athlete. That's part of the mindset. That's part of the whole complete package. If she can't do it, there is no she's better than Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She's factually on paper not better than Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. If she wouldn't get injured, well, reality is she ain't faster than her. That's all that matters at the end of the day. So we just got to look at that. Her mindset is part of it. Her throwing up, whether they say it's food poisoning or not, that's nerves. I felt nerves before one of my races and everything. And man, I felt sick at everything because it was just like, man, I'm trying to qualify for state. I'm trying to do this, go to nationals, whatever, all of this stuff. Man, the nerves can get to you. And some people, the nerves, they do really well. And some people implode. So now we got to look at Jenna Prandini. Oh, actually, before we do that, got to make a little correction here. As I do, the round 1, as I look at this, and I'm going to cover this in depth once they start giving us the heat sheets. Now you see this, they don't have the start list at all. So we don't really know who's running in what order and whatnot. Once I know that, then I can do a full in-depth. I know some of you guys have been asking me, and that's what I'm going to do. That's why I've been doing athlete by athlete instead of the whole run up to. Now, the 400 round one is the same day as the women's 200 final. Now, that's going to affect Shanae Miller-Uibo a little bit more. Now, they got 2 days. So August the 2nd is round the prelims and semis. August the 3rd is the finals. Now, the 100 prelims and semis, or the prelims at least, are on July 30th. And on the 31st, they got the semis and then final in the evening for the women's 100. All right. So, or is that the 31st? Let me look back on this list. Yep, women's round one, heat one. So yeah, on the 31st, that's the final. So they got 1 day of rest in between. Shanae Miller-Uibo is going to be running the same day. And I think that might affect her a little bit. And so the 4x1s are after. So when I gave those things about, oh, this is going to depend on who this is, now I'm even more certain Shericka Jackson probably is about to wrap this up, because although she's going to be running the 100, that's going to be in her legs. I think Shericka Jackson having superior speed, foot speed than Shanae Miller-Uibo. I don't see her beating. If Gabby Thomas can actually do what she did before, I don't care what the times are. Really, I'm not looking at the times. I'm looking at the profile of the athletes when they go against each other under pressure. How are they going to do that, right? We see what happened to Prandini under pressure. I'm pretty certain that she can run into 21.8s again, because she was already under pressure. She got outkicked and all that other good stuff. So that's where I'm going to go here. Now, Gabby under pressure, does she crumble or does she start to do well? Because remember, when an athlete gets passed up, you know how this psychological thing is. You all know that, especially distance runners. We know that. You go onto the shoulder of somebody, you make a breath or a sound, and you move past them, or you just blow past them so you could destroy them. You do that in a relay. If it's a 4x2 relay, a 4x4 especially, it's like you do something, you instruct your athletes to do that. You know what you've been instructed to. It's like you either hang back, you come off of them, but it's like, or you let them know that you're there, run on the back of their feet, those types of things. Okay, they're not running the same lane. So what is another thing an athlete can do? Well, there's a move that's going to happen, and some people are going to crumble. Jenna Prandini didn't crumble, so this is what I have for her. Because of her progression, because she's made a championship final before, even though, you know, she didn't do anything right at those championship finals, I'm going to say that she has a chance of a medal here. I don't see her winning in any circumstance of how I break this down. I've looked at this, and I think in a previous video, I might have said that, but even with the other athletes fatigued from the rounds that they're having, because she's going to be running in the 100 now because Richardson is out. She was the next athlete moved up, right? So I don't, 100 is even worse for her. She may or may not make the final, but it'll be a plus if she makes the final. And that means Blessing is probably out. But in the 200, Jenna Prandini, and I might cut this part out to play on YouTube. If you guys have seen this part and you're seeing it again, definitely just play it on 2x speed, turn the volume down, and just give a like on that video so that we can, you know, get those views up so that other people that haven't seen it will get pushed out. I think on this channel, because so many people watch the non-American athletes, even Dina Asher-Smith blows up more than the American athletes. Now, I've been trying to do a very well job with the American athletes. They just don't blow up. Puerto Rican athlete blew up. All the other athletes, I'm like, man, like, I mean, and then most of the people here are Americans. So y'all just don't like Americans either. Y'all like Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Camacho Queen, and everybody else. So with that being said, Jenna Prandini, I can see her getting a medal. I can really see her getting a medal. It's going to depend on Elaine Thompson-Herah, because here's the thing. But also, if you're here this long, thank you. Smash that subscribe button. If you are new here, you're not subscribed, because a lot of people want me to make 5-minute videos. If you want 5-minute videos, this is not the YouTube channel for you. There's a drop off right around either 4.5 to 8 minutes into the video sometimes, because people are like, wow, he's covering a lot of topics or whatever. But I get a sizable amount of people that actually make it almost all the way to the end. So if you're one of those people, smash that that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, smash the like button. Give a comment saying, hey, I made it this far. With that being said, look, we got to be honest. remember back in 2019. Nope, that's 2020. 2019. She made the 200. She did not break 20 that year, but she made a 22 flat. She made it. She didn't start the semifinals. She didn't look that good or hot here. Now, and she also didn't run the 4x1, where she let, some people interpret that as letting people down. Now, that might have been the smartest move for her, especially if she was hurt and everything and just didn't mention. But I just can't, I cannot get it with her because she barely made the Jamaican squad this year in the final. Like, that means maybe she was like, I don't know what it is with her getting into the finals. You don't know which Elaine Thompson-Herah you're going to get. You're going to either get the bionic robo starter, like she's just untouchable, or you're going to get she just got blown out the blocks, even with the slow starters. Okay, you guys, did you see her at the Jamaican Championships this year? I think Brianna Williams beat her out the blocks. And for a second, for the first 30 meters, I'm just like, oh my goodness, is she not going to make the squad? I just could not understand what was going on in the 100. So with that being said, is she going to let down the team again and not run the 200? If I were her or the coach, I would not have her running the 200. I would have her run the 4x1 and the 100. Reason being is because if she does have some kind of injury that she's not mentioning, because really as an athlete, you're going to keep mentioning your injury, it sounds like you're making an excuse at that point, and it really looks bad. So if she's still struggling with an injury, even though she's running this fast, like she was running at 10:73, right? And in the prelims, she was showing signs that she might not do anything because Talu beat her out the blocks. But she ran to 10:73 and just got like progressively worse. She just didn't do anything after that, right? So if that's the case, I will focus her on that, try to get her on the team, make sure she's healthy enough that she can help us get a world record. That would be fantastic. That's what I would do. Like, hey, if I can do it, if I could pull it together, especially with a running start, oh, shoot, I'm going after this world record. I'm coming after, or whatever speed I can get. That's what I would focus her on. What do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree with that statement that I just said there? With that being said, would she let the team down again? She was running really well. She didn't run the 200. She didn't run the 4x1. I don't want to harbor that too much anymore. But yeah, that's where I see it. I'm going to give a full breakdown of where I see everybody right now. Like I said, I think it's Shericka Jackson's to take. And the other title was a little bit of a hyperbole, right? I don't know if she's a definite. There is nobody that's definite. But hey, you know what? It's kind of catchy title, you know, get people to view it and everything like that. Because that's why I always say, if this happens, then that. If this, then that. Because if it was definite, I wouldn't even say an if. It's just going to be like, if this person does this, she's going to win. If this person does that, she's going to win. It wasn't like that. It was like, well, she might this thing. So I'm trying to analyze it as fairly as possible. And final thing for the people that are here at the end of the video, thank you. If there's any bias that I have, here's my bias. USA, right? I have a USA bias if I want to do it. Nigeria and Ethiopia. That's what I want. That's my personal biases here. That's why I just am pained by Blessing Okabari cannot get a freaking medal, because, and there are reasons why I have biases for those particular nations. USA, like I said, and if I had if I was that biased, I would literally just be like, yeah, I would sound like Flowtack. That's what I would sound like. So, but with that being said, that's my quote unquote bias, but I actually don't even let that show, because really, personally, none of these athletes, well, none of the ones up here know me. There are athletes that are running that know me, actually, that are running the relays. There are at least 3 athletes that know me and I know them that are running on the relays for the men and women. And so with that being said, and then 1 jumper, if I'm not mistaken. I got to look at who made and qualified. With that being said, other than that, I don't really, if you don't know me and I don't know them, I don't really have a bias. So I would prefer American win, I guess, generally speaking, because nationalism. But other than that, no. That being said, I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.